Hi guys, I'm Marcel. Today I'm reviewing the DMSD 50s and 60s. The 50s are made for smaller near-field monitors. They can be used with speakers that weigh up to 12 kilograms or less. Those are the 50s. The 60s, I'm using them in some very heavy speakers. These are over 100 pounds each on each side, well over. They can work up to 185 kilograms. And that's what I've installed here. Dave Mastronato is the owner. It's Dave Mastronato Studio Designs. He also makes furniture, really nice furniture. I kept hearing about these things and reading about these things. And then Dave sort of befriended me and we started talking on Facebook. And I said, all right, I'd like to try them. I have a mastering room. It's at home. It can always be a little better. Anything that helps me hear better, I'm going to take a look at, especially if it's that size and doesn't cost a whole lot of money. So he sent them over, and at first I put them under one speaker, and I listened. I switched left and right, my mastering controller in mono, and I could hear something going on. It's a tighter low end. Okay, that's what they claimed. It's a tighter low end. So I put them under both speakers, and I just started to work. Just resumed working. And immediately I found myself adjusting frequencies in the lower half of the spectrum. When they said this helps in the lows, I thought everything up to like 200, 300. What they should have said is it helps the lower half of the sound, because everything below 2K, I'm making way more 1 and 2K adjustments, and not just boost cut, but also boost and cut, so I can shape things. I'm hearing a definition in that range. So yes, it tightened up the lower end, certainly the lows, and the difference between, say, like 125 and 160 is way more apparent with these. Beautiful thing about the Lipinski speakers already is that they have very good resolution all the way down. You don't hear any crossover points. You can sweep all the way through the spectrum and hear every single change, even a 1 dB sweep. You just go all the way down. You hear everything, and that's why I love them. The other thing I love is that they're tall. Now they're taller because these are sitting under them, so I got a slightly higher chair that goes a little bit higher when I work. But I love about these is you don't have to be centered in that sweet spot. They tighten things up. What they are is a compound of, well, it's a combined manufacturing process of two galvanized aluminum pieces that come in different colors. And then in the middle, there's a special mix of rubber that goes in between. Dave used to work in the aerospace industry, and this is a very high-tech Italian design product. It looks great, it's very cool, and it works amazingly well. What I started to say a minute ago about being higher or lower, yes, I hear great things in the sweet spot, and I hear more there. But I can sit lower, and I do sometimes, or sit back at my computer and make notes while the song is playing. What I found myself doing since I got these that I wasn't doing before was hearing changes I wanted to make off access at my computer, saying, oh, you know, I want to go adjust that vocal a little bit. I want to adjust that mid-frequency a little bit. So I believe in that the best way to describe mastering when you're working is you're tilting, you know, the song. So Brian Viberts is a client. You're going to hear from Brian in a second here because he got these as well. Brian Viberts, I do a lot of mastering for him all the time now. We're always talking and always working on his stuff. And, you know, we always talk about, okay, he says tilt it a little way, this tilt a little way, that way. If I boost the bass, I'm going to take away some of the harshness of the top end. If I boost too much top end, I'm going to need more bass. So that's what we're talking about with the tilt. With these, I'm able to tilt a lot better and then tilt everything in between. So we're talking about a change of, do I go 4K, do I go 3K? Could I hear it before? Absolutely. Do I hear it better now? Absolutely. So the other notes here, I had these affected so many things. This is my third note. They affected so many things that I had to start making notes, which is crazy to me. And those of you that know me, every once in a while I'll rave about a product, whether it was Antelope, whether it was Bettermaker, whether it was ATC speakers, whatever it was, Sontec EQs. I've helped sell a lot of these things. I'm passionate about them, and I still am. So I usually don't get on a kick like this, and then suddenly you say, hey, you know, now I'm not into that anymore. You know, that's people that know me know that that's not the way it goes. I usually take my time and get to know something, then rave about it. So I took almost 3 weeks with these. I mean, Dave was probably saying, hey, what are you going to do? Yeah, because I want to know them and I want to feel comfortable. I also sent them to my friend Brian that I mentioned, and I'm going to play a video right now from Brian. Check this out.
Wow, I just heard the DMSD decouplers for the first time, and I mean, I didn't think that the attack wall could be improved, but as you can see behind me, I do have the attack wall, and once I put the decouplers under the speakers, the Genelec 1032s, unbelievable. It's like a whole new world of sound. It's like more defined bass. The bass guitar tones are clearer, and like the punch I'm getting from the kick drum and the toms, unbelievable. Great job, Dave.
So Brian absolutely loved them, and certainly it's easy to understand why when you hear them yourself. And it's literally, I've just said, Brian, just check these out. I'm not going to say it was an insanity check because I did want to hear what someone else was saying, but he texted me like right away and said this is a whole new world and amazing. And it only gets you into the door. Relationships with people, I don't care who they are, you know, how they're high-end users out there using these, and we're sending them to more. But, you know, my phone call to them, just as my accounting for you, it only gets you in the door. When you hear them, that's really when the rubber meets the road, or meets the decoupler. So the other things, I have more notes. Better listening experience, louder and softer. I am a big proponent of listening low. Do I turn the music up? Yes, once in a while to feel it, to get a more bigger experience, a low-end experience. But I'm a big fan of turning down. I find myself more likely, since I put these in, to turn down. So these are these, you know, this sort of evidence-based accounting where you're kind of noticing yourself changing your workflow based on changing a product. That is, to me, very strong evidence that you know, that corresponds very much with the moment I change these. I'm listening much lower, more often, and able to make very fine decisions. So they work very well low volumes. In other words, you would think a decoupler has to be very loud to help with the vibrations because we get a lot more vibrations. Not the case. I'm hearing a lot more definition at lower volumes as well. I'm also getting more punch, which it allows me to make better dynamic decisions. I'm fine-tuning, I'm making much smaller fine-tuning adjustments to compressors or changing in between different compressors. And I feel less guesswork. I'm more confident when I said something out, and my clients can vouch for this, and I say, I think this one's the one, I think you're gonna like this. I believe mastering is a collaboration. I work a lot back and forth with users. I reached out to Dave, I said, okay, I'm gonna review these, I'm going to post about it, but what can you do for my viewers, for my friends, for my circle, so that they want to keep coming back to me and so that we can help them along. And if you message me, you're going to get the Marcel Good Guy special on these, just for watching this video. So there's your reward. I'm also willing to make you a free sample anytime of your masters. So that certainly always applies to anybody that's interested in these as well. You'll get a free sample of your master as well. So check out the DMSDs. It's dmsd.it or dmsdaudio.it. I'll post the website up here for you right now. Great product. Highly recommended. Thanks for watching.